Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Wesley and this is the second episode of Beekeeping, a beginner's journey. So today it's the 7th of June, I believe. Yep. And it's a Thursday. I got this box of bees on Monday. It's a very small box of bees. It has only 3 frames in it. Tonight I'm going to move it over to my actual hive. So that is what this episode is going to be about setting up my new hive. And then, as I said in the last episode, I'll be talking about the innards of a bee colony. But for now, I'm going to open them up. They've been locked up for a few days, and that is so when you move them, I got them from somewhere else, you need to make sure they know that they are in a new location. So yeah, that's why they've been locked up, and now they can go out and they will explore the area, and they will they will get to know that they have a new home. Alright, so it's the next day now, so I'm gonna move the bees over, but right now in that box there's only 3 frames, and I want to expand that because I'm gonna put it in a bigger hive which can hold 10 frames. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an empty frame with wires, and we're gonna take this comb foundation and I'm gonna melt it in there. To do that, I've just taken some random 12-volt power supply, and we're gonna put the wires on the end of the wires, and then we're gonna melt. Yeah, the power supply will heat the wires and will melt the foundation. This is just wax with the hexagons already shaped out in it, so the bees build a structured comb, otherwise they will might build it a lot wibbly. So just gonna take the wires, put them on the ends, and then I'm gonna plug the power supply in and it will melt it into place. Okay, so I've put the wires into place, gonna plug the power supply in. Now these should be warming up. Yeah. Now we're gonna just put this on top and we'll slowly melt into place. This is of course not the safest way to do it. I have exposed wires here, but it's just 12 volts, so it's not gonna hurt anyone. Okay, the wires are slowly going into the wax. This doesn't need to be stuck very well. The bees will build against it on both sides, so it will get stuck that way. Okay, now I can't move it like this anymore. The wires are embedded in it quite well. I think I'm gonna stop it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the smoker. This is to calm the bees. The smoke will think the hive is on fire, which means they will go farther down into the hive and won't come flying at me. So to do that, I'm just gonna use some empty egg box cardboard, cut it into some pieces, put them in. And then light it. Now I want smoke and not fire, so I'm gonna have it catch fire for a bit, but then blow it out. As you can see, there's already quite some smoke coming off of it. If I leave it standing for a while, it will get even more. Okay, now like I said, in that box I have, there's only 3 frames and I'm only gonna add 1. So the hive will be mostly empty. So we're gonna put this in there to wall it off. I also have these things that I can put on the sides of every frame. And this is just so there is enough space between all the frames. Okay, so as you can see, the smoke's going a lot more now. I'm now going to take that box and put it over here so I can put the actual hive in place. I'm gonna smoke them, give them a little bit of smoke. Might make them angry a little bit, but I will calm them down afterwards. As you can see, they're going inside now. That's actually a male bee, a drone. That one, the big one. The ones going in are workers, females. Like I said, I would talk this episode a little bit about the different types of bees. So yeah, you've got the males, the drones, and the females, the workers. And then you've got one big queen per hive that lays the eggs. The only purpose of the drones is to fertilize the queen. The workers, they do all of the work. And the queen's only purpose is to lay eggs. I'm gonna put this box over here. So this is the underside of the hive. Has some frame, so when stuff falls, it can fall through, but things from the outside can't get in. Okay, so right now I'm going to open up this box. You can see there's a sheet of plastic in there. Want to get that for that hive too, but I don't have it yet, so we're just gonna do without for now. Now I'm gonna lift up this plastic. I'm gonna give them some smoke. Then move down. This will calm them. When you give them too much, it will only make them more aggressive, so I'm gonna stop for now. So now, we're gonna don't wanna be on top of the thing too much, it will make them angry. We're gonna take these frames, take them out. As you can see, there's a bunch of workers on here. Some honey stored, the sealed bit is honey, and up here the shiny bit is also honey, but when the honey is ready they seal it for storage. Just gonna put that in here very carefully. And I'll take this other frame. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay, so what this is brood. There are larvae in here. You can see some larvae that aren't closed off yet actually. So when they are a few days old, they seal them off so they can grow bigger on this side too. Just like a butterfly really. They seal them off and then they go through a transformation into an adult bee. So actually in between those two frames, I'm gonna put the empty frame, because that one frame has only brood on it and the other frame only food storage. So I'm gonna put this between there so they can decide what they're gonna put on there. Now to the last frame, same story again. Actually I'm gonna take some smoke because they're getting quite aggressive. I have to get used to their new home. This will hopefully get them to calm down a bit more. As you can see in the box here, they are very calm, it's just they don't know what's going on here. The bees that are circling around now here are bees that were out flying, and when they came back their hive was suddenly gone. So they need to understand that that is the new hive now. Okay, so this is also full of honey and some pollen. The colored bits that aren't shiny, these are pollen, like down in the corner there. That's their protein source, and the honey is their energy source. Full of honey, this frame on both sides, sealed honey actually. So I'm gonna put that on this side again. There is a lot of wax around that frame, so it's hard to get into the hive actually. Okay, so I want to be closing them off about now because they are getting a bit more aggressive. It's just when you've got them open for long they start flying more. Want to make sure the spacing is about right, and then I'm gonna get the walls to wall them off, and then we're about done. Gonna give them a bit more smoke. And I'm gonna put this piece of wood on them. And on the roof. And then I have this is mostly so rats and stuff can't get in. There are some bees still in here, they'll find their way over soon. Close the entrance of that one off so they don't mistake it. Actually, I'm gonna put this a bit farther away so bees coming back won't fly into that. Okay, so now it's just the sake of them getting used to their new home. So that's all set up. Only want to get a sheet of plastic for underneath that wood so I can open them up and see what's going on a bit without them flying at me, and it also does some isolation so they can keep the water level inside, the moisture level inside on a level. Yeah, so I actually took this out for now because they're circling around, and this way they will find their way in a bit easier. They will understand that this is their hive by the smell. Each queen puts out their own smell, each hive has their own smell, so they will recognize the smell and recognize that this is their home. I'll put this back in later when they stop circling around so much. This is also to prevent other hives from stealing their honey. What sometimes happens is another hive might discover that there is a weak hive here, so they will come flying at it with a ton of bees, and they then can't stop it, and this makes sure that only so many bees at once can go through so they can defend themselves better. So that's been it for this episode. I've gone into the different types of bees a little bit. I'll go into more detail about the lifespan of bees next episode, and next episode I'll also talk a little bit more about the setup of a hive. Like you saw today, you have different frames with different kind of storage and functions. So that's what I'm going to talk about next episode. And next episode I'll also probably be expanding the hive even further. I put in one new frame now. The other frames were full now, except the most outer frame on the other side wasn't full of honey really. But now that foundation that I put in, they're going to build that out, and they're going to put new wax on it, and they're going to use that as storage too probably, or for brood for new eggs. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!